Hey guys, welcome back to Walkman Comics, and before this video starts, there's a few things I want to talk about. So, first off, sorry that we haven't uploaded anything in quite a while. We both went away for a bit, and yeah, a bunch of stuff sort of got in our way. We have a bunch of stuff to do outside of YouTube, and yeah, we weren't really prepared for this, so I apologize about that. On our behalf, but yeah, there's that thing. Also, I hope you like the new intro. It's really cool. I just made it quickly, and I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna use it in every video that we do, apart from maybe the podcasts. But also, the last thing is, I thought of a name for these top 10 videos. I'm gonna call this series TopX because it sounds like TopX, and TopX, X means 10 in like Roman numerals, and also it just sounds really cool. So yeah, that's what it's gonna be called. It's gonna be called TopX. Anyway, as you probably already read by the title, this episode is gonna be about Miles Morales, my favorite Spider-Man that exists, and yeah, let's jump right into it. Also, heavy spoiler warning. Miles was created in the year 2012 by writer Brian Michael Bendis to create a sort of a more diverse Spider-Man, and I think it's a great idea that he did that, even though he had some bad moments in some of the comics that he wrote for. I think this was a great decision, and he really did a great job at taking up the mantle as the new Spider-Man character-wise, even though he didn't really do that much of a good job early on. I think it's really cool, and I really like his character. Miles first appeared in Ultimate Fallout number 4, and we first learn about him when he puts on a Spider-Man costume and decides to be the new Spider-Man because of the guilt that he feels after he thinks that he let Peter Parker die, because he got his powers just before his death, and after he died he thought that he could do something to stop him, even though he probably couldn't, but he still feels guilty about it and decides to do something about it. Speaking of abilities, Miles has all the abilities of the normal Spider-Man Peter Parker, so he can web sling, stick to walls, he has spider sense, and he also has a weird invisibility ability. That sounds weird to say. And also he has his signature Venom Blast, which is a short electric shock that can paralyze an enemy, which is kind of cool, and I really like that, how he has sort of all these new abilities. Remember the Prowler from The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 78? Well, he's Miles' uncle in the Ultimate Universe. Maybe he also is in that universe, but we never found out. I have no idea. But basically, he stole one of those genetically altered spiders from Oscorp and had it in his apartment, and Miles was visiting him when he shouldn't have, and he accidentally got bitten by the spider. And that day he left the apartment being super confused about how he could turn invisible and sense lots of stuff around him using the spider sense. So Miles by chance gets into a charter school by winning a lottery, and if you don't know, if you're not from the US like me, charter school is basically there's the normal schools run by the government, and then there's sort of the more sort of advanced ones, I guess, known as charter schools, and you can pay lots of money to get into them, or you can get, I guess, a little scholarship by winning a lottery, and that's exactly what Miles wins in the comic. When Miles first got his powers, he didn't really know how to use them, and he couldn't really fight properly. So what happened was he would sneak out at night, and his uncle Aaron Davis, the Prowler, would teach him how to fight, and he knew that he was the reason why he got his powers, because he stole the spider. He eventually found that out, and he thought that he sort of owned him because he's like the reason that he's actually something. And they did a heist together, and he totally messed it up, and they ended up arguing about it, and it ended in a fight, and Miles accidentally killed him, which sort of lived with him for quite a while. Miles is a part of the Champions, which includes Amadeus Cho Hulk, Young Cyclops, Miss Marvel, Vision, and Sam Alexander, alongside him as well. And what I really like about them is it's all about making the world a better place, like in terms of what you can do, and it's not just like there's the normal people and then there's like, say, the Avengers who are like better than everyone else, like on top of everyone, you know, like it's sort of more sort of down to earth, and that's really cool that Miles is a part of that series, and it's basically the reason that I wanted to read it, because I really wanted to see him in like a sort of a part of a superhero team, which is kind of cool. I like when they get sort of teenage superheroes and put them in there, because it's more relatable. Like, we were all young once, and yeah, it's really cool. But I'm sort of getting off topic. I should be talking about Miles. Maybe I'll make a top 10 facts about the Champions one day. I don't know. I can't make a top 10 list about Miles Morales without talking about SpiderMan, which is one of his best moments in my opinion. Basically what happened in that story was he came across a Peter Parker from another universe who never died, and they team up against Mysterio to try and take him down. And it's a really cool story because Miles looks up to Peter Parker so much. He's sort of like an older brother to him, which is kind of cool. And it's really nice to see something like that. And Peter Parker does kind of look like Tom Holland on the cover. The number 42 did appear a few times in the first few issues of Ultimate Comic Spider-Man, which is basically his first sort of proper solo series. And it was on the, for example, it was on the spider that eventually bit Miles, and it was also on the lottery ticket that he got to enter into the charter school that I talked about earlier. So maybe it's a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't know. It is fun to think that, though. So this final fact is the new Into the SpiderVerse movie. It looks awesome, and if you don't know, for whatever reason, it's the new movie that's going to be coming out Christmas 2018 about Miles Morales, and it's called Into the SpiderVerse, so it's obviously going to have something to do with the Spider-Verse, and it looks visually amazing just by looking at the trailer, so it's probably going to look awesome on a massive cinema screen. And I love how they get like really good looking CGI and put it with a look that looks kind of like a cartoon. That's a really cool way that they do that. But it's the first real sort of Marvel movie, I guess you could say, if you're pushing it, about the multiverse, you know, the Marvel multiverse. So that's going to be really interesting. But it is kind of disappointing that it's not going to be just about Miles Morales. Like, I mean, it is good to not always have an origin story, but we haven't seen Miles Morales in a movie at all. We did see Aaron Davis in Spider-Man Homecoming, but we didn't see him in a movie, so it would be nice to sort of see a bit of an origin story, even like, kind of like how Deadpool did it, where it had the story going on, but there were flashbacks to what happened in the past to sort of retell his origin. But with this, though, I'm not really sure how they're going to do it. They're probably going to come up with some cool way of doing it. But anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video, so thank you for watching. There's going to be a podcast uploaded on Saturday. We are getting back into the YouTube grind again with 2 videos a week on Wednesday and on Saturday. So look out for that. Sorry for that quick little break that we took, but we are coming back. So anyway, thank you for watching and see you later.